Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you for our Year 7 intake for 2020. Just wanted to have a little bit of time talking to you today about our virtual transition and our start in September. My name is Lucy Gambier, Head of School at Penrice Academy. So we're just going to run through a few bits of key information for you. First of all, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our virtual welcome days and September and how we're going to get started and how we're going to welcome your children into Penrice in September. Then you'll hear a little bit from Mrs. Taylor, who's our Head of Year 7 and does all of our transition work for us. And then at the end, you're going to speak with Mrs. Adams, who's going to talk about some of the uniform and support we offer here at Penrice. So first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about our virtual welcome this week. So to start with, Monday night is your opportunity to have a conversation with your child's tutor for September. This will give you the opportunity to ask any questions you've got about their transition into secondary school, about the rules and routines, and just about how we operate everything at Penrice. And then on Tuesday, your child will have an opportunity, if they're in school at the moment, to have a whole day of virtual lessons with lots of our staff from Penrice. You'll be able to kind of virtually explore some of the rooms and just get used to some of the secondary learning. If your child is at home currently learning, then we would very much advise you to use that day and use the videos through that day to get an experience of what Penrice is like. So our transition process for your child to be able to transition successfully from Year 6 into Year 7, we've put as much work as we always do into that process. So our transition team here at Penrice has been working in very close collaboration with your child's teacher at primary school to make sure we know everything about them and so that we can provide the smoothest possible transition into secondary school. So whilst things remain slightly uncertain, what you can be absolutely guaranteed of is that our priority for September is the new Year 7 cohort and making sure that we make everything as seamless for them as we possibly can. So we are planning to have all of our Year 7s back for a special 2 days of transition where it's just the Year 7s in the building for the first 2 days so they can familiarise themselves with the school and get used to it before it's a full school again. So as a school, Penrice has got very, very high standards, and there's a really, really clear reason for this. We want all of our children to be able to learn safely in a very focused way. So in order for us to learn successfully, we have to be able to concentrate and give our full attention to what we're doing. So we absolutely insist that all of our students have the most exemplary behaviour. So alongside our very high levels of expectation, we also have very high levels of support, and this enables all of our students to be successful and achieve within those expectations. So one of the really important expectations we have here at Penrice is no mobile phones policy. And the reason we have this is because that we know one of the most distracting things you can have is a mobile phone. When it pings, when it beeps, that takes your mind away from your learning. So we are absolutely clear that no mobile phones should be seen or heard anywhere on the school site. So what can your child look forward to in coming to Penrice? Well, one of our key things is exceptional learning. So what we absolutely guarantee is our lessons are going to be challenging. They're going to help your child learn more knowledge, and we know with that knowledge and that challenge brings success, not just in their learning at school, but for later in life. So just to put that success into context, the students who left Penrice last year were the highest achieving student body across the whole of Cornwall, and nationally that puts Penrice in the top 7% of schools across the country, which is just exceptional. So alongside the fantastic outcomes, which we know we get here at Penrice, what is equally important to us is the enrichment that we offer. It's all the extra learning that happens in a school community outside of lesson time. So we offer Penrice Plus, which is a fantastic opportunity to choose from over 40 different clubs and activities after school on a Wednesday night. There's anything from coding to crochet, from sign language to bake-off, and we'd really encourage your child to get involved as soon as possible when we start the new academic year and make sure they are taking advantage of all the opportunities Penrice has to offer. So part of our enriched curriculum, we make sure we offer a whole host of trips, visits, experiences throughout the 5-year journey with us here at Penrice. One of the most memorable is Curriculum Enhancement Week, which happens at the end of most academic years. And there'll be the opportunity during Year 8 and Year 9 to get involved. This is to go on foreign trips or at-home trips, but it's a week to learn in a different way. So anyway, that's enough information from me. Just to say that I'm really looking forward to seeing you all and welcoming you into the school building in September. I will hand over now to Mrs. Taylor, who will talk to you in a little bit more detail about the transition process.
Hello, I'm Kirsty Taylor, Head of Year 7 here at Penrice. It's been my job over recent weeks to meet with all the primary teachers and put all our young people into tutor groups in readiness, hopefully, for our September start. Now, we will be having more contact with you because on Monday, the 6th of July, we have our tutor parents evening. Now, this year it has to be a virtual meeting and it will take the form of our tutors giving a phone call to all our parents and introducing you to the school really, and having a chat about expectations and any concerns you can raise with the tutors. There will also be an opportunity for the young people to say hello to their tutor and really make that initial contact and welcome everybody into our Penrice family. You should have already signed up for this with a choice of time slot on our online booking form, which details of which were in the welcome pack. On Tuesday the 7th of July, we are hosting a virtual welcome day at Penrice for all our new intake. This is a very exciting day where our new Year 7s will be able to have a look at the school. They will be able to meet their tutors online. They will be able to experience 3 different lessons: a science lesson, a humanities lesson, and a creative arts lesson. Now, any of our young people who are attending primary school at the moment in Year 6 will be able to take part in this day at their primary school. And if your child is not attending primary school at the moment, you will be able to access the link for the welcome day online on our website on our transition page. During the welcome day, there will be an assembly from me. There will be a welcome from our head of school, Miss Gambia. Tutors will all do a little slot introducing themselves. There's almost a guided tour of the school as our prefects take you around to various classrooms and introduce you to the lessons. At the end of the welcome day, I will be setting a challenge task, a personal postcard challenge task to our Year 6s, so that when we start in September, they will bring in a postcard about themselves and we will have a fantastic display in each tutor room, which will break the ice and make sure our tutor groups get off to the right start. Now I'd like to hand over to our Senior Vice Principal, Miss Kay Adams.
Hello everyone, my name is Kay Adams. I'm Senior Vice Principal here at Penrice and also Designated Safeguarding Lead. So essentially my role at Penrice is all about care and guidance and welfare. So for your children, it's about supporting them and their families to make sure that they settle well at Penrice, that they are happy and that therefore they are learning. Many of our students go through 5 years at Penrice with absolutely no problems whatsoever. But our young people are going through a tremendous life change between the ages of 11 and 16. And so for some young people, they will experience bumps along the way. So in order to support those children who may have additional needs, we have a whole range of highly trained staff at Penrice who are here to work closely both with your child and with you as a family. So we have a student and family centre which works very closely with a whole range of outside agencies from across Cornwall to support both individual students and their families. We have a learning inclusion centre, which is for some of our older students who may need extra support. And we have an outdoor learning environment, which just offers that opportunity for students to learn in quite a different way, again with care, guidance and support. Our dedicated learning centre is staffed again by highly trained support staff, our SENCO and our operational SENCO, who work very closely with those students who have additional learning needs and may need quite a different experience at Penrice. If you would like to speak to any of those staff, if you contact us by email or telephone before the end of this term, and we will make arrangements to have a conversation with you about your child and their additional needs. I know in some cases that has already been done. Just a few extra words about uniform at Penrice. You will have seen our lovely Year 7 students wearing our uniform, including the PE kit that is required. I do want to talk about Cornwall Screen Print for a moment because obviously, like many other retail outlets, they are struggling to meet the needs of some of our families. What they have done on their website is they have placed their order form that you can download, and they have asked if you could fill that order form in first and then take it to their store when you're ready to buy the uniform, that would help them enormously. And the other piece of advice is try not to leave the purchase of uniform until the end of August, because for obvious reasons they are extremely busy at the moment. You will note on the website and in the welcome book, and from what you've seen on the film, that we have a number of items of compulsory uniform that can only be purchased from Cornwall Screen Print. And those include the blazer, which is only available there, and the tie. And for girls only, the tailored smart black trousers, which must also be purchased from Cornwall Screen Print and nowhere else. Girls can choose to wear the skirt instead if they wish. Boys' trousers are far more widely available, so they can be purchased from a whole range of other providers, including Asda and Marks & Spencer's and shops like that. Just a final word about shoes. Again, on the website and in the welcome booklet, it talks about students must wear smart black shoes which can be polished. So please don't be persuaded to buy something for your child that has a brand on it, that has logos on it, that is not smart black formal attire for school.